What's up, my kingdom family? Welcome back to the Keys to the Kingdom, where we drop all the keys to the kingdom. If you are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Join the royal family over here, okay? We are queens and kings full of positive vibes who change lives and love Jesus right. So come on and join us. Come on and join us. Yes, we be having a good time over here, okay? And shout out to my faithful family. Thank you. I love y'all. Y'all have been with me, and I'm excited to continue to see how we all grow together and evolve and just continue to relate and get it done. All right, get this work done, this hard work, this spiritual work, this saving your soul so that you can be with the Lord on the other side. We are in the end times family, and that is not what this video is about today. So don't click off. But I will be doing a video about the end times and what God has revealed to me in a dream soon. Okay, so stay tuned for that. But today, um, this message is a little bit more serious. Some people may take this well, some people may not, and I still have to get it out. Either way, I have to be obedient to my father. And so he brought it back to my remembrance, a season where I was really struggling with lust. I have been called into celibacy since 2016, and no, it has not been an easy journey, right? And so there were times where I'm going to give you some context before I actually give you the word of what God said. There were times on this path where I would desire my husband, in a sexual way. I would think about him in an intimate way, and I would, imagine what it would be like to actually be having sex with him. And in a sense, I don't like the term lust because it sounds nasty, right? It sounds fleshy, which it is, but I was like, I feel like I'm loving. I'm wanting to love on my husband. I want to connect to him in this deep way. I want to just be involved with him in a way that we can, not only mentally, physically, and spiritually connect, but we're connecting on all levels and just becoming one in all ways, right? And that does not happen technically until marriage. And so God will always check you with the truth, like, hey sis, regardless of how you put it, you lusted. Right? So, okay, I know you want to make love, but it's lust, right? And so lust, family, I'll give you the definition. It just means to have a strong sexual desire for someone, okay? And that's what I was having. And so the way that God deals with me is he'll put me, before he sends me out to free somebody else from something, he will literally put me through the situation. He will put me through the scenario so that I know exactly what emotions are attached to it. I know exactly what experience can come from it, and just the process that it takes. And so then he'll let me know, like, okay, I need you to go do this, and to whom, right? So when he brought this back to my memory, I was like, wow, I remember that I was really struggling in this area. And still to today, I could try to justify and say, as a counselor, I know psychologically we naturally have a human desire to, this is the dialogue that I was even having with God. I'm like, we have a human desire to be sexually intimate with people. And he stopped me in my tracks and he said, that's exactly it. It's a human desire, right? If you go through the stages of development, you'll realize that we have all of these stages, and a lot of them include how children develop interacting in ways where they use their body, right? And so I don't want to get too preachy counselor terms on you, because you're not going to understand what I'm saying if you're not in this field. But long story short, we're sexual beings, and the human desire, he said, you're a spiritual person, right? When we're following God, now you're a spiritual being, and we have always been a spiritual being having a human encounter, right? And so what we have to do is practice the fruits of the spirit of self-control and discipline. And so that is how we stay in his glory, in his presence, and committed to what he wants us to do spiritually. Okay, so yes, we could justify and say we want to make love and we want to have what is it, this, we're naturally designed to have a human sexual interaction. But no, God has given us the tips, the skills, the tools that we need to honor him spiritually. And so that's one way that he's going to hold us accountable, right? And so long story short, anytime that I was feeling lustful. I went to God and I had to tell him straight up sometimes, like, listen, Lord, I do not want punishment this time. Because honestly, you guys, when I stepped out of his call, out of alignment to his will, he would give me like 2 days of just my mood, nothing is going right, I'm feeling horrible, I'm like, Lord, what's happening, hello, can you come get me again, I'm sorry, right? And I wasn't always repenting fast enough. Now I do not play. As soon as I know I do something that's just not honorable, I'm like, oh Lord, hello, please. Even before, I'm being proactive and saying, God, any thoughts, words, or actions that I did that's not pleasing to you, please forgive me, right? Forgive me for my sins. So confession. And so I went to him and I was like, Lord, I don't want punishment this time. I know I opened up a door to the enemy. I know that, like, there's a portal open now where the devil wants to use me, right? I was just feeling so much remorse, and I literally fell on my knees and confessed my sins, and I was just fully submitted to God. And I said, I need you to partner with me. I don't want punishment, God, but I need you to partner with me. This is something that your daughter is really struggling with, and I need you to heal me from this. I need you to free me from this, right? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I need this to be something that is taken away from me. And so I'm just reading my notes, family. And so he did that in a few ways. He was freeing me in a few ways. He starts with renewing your mind, right? So he told me straight up, Brittany, I can't use your body. I can't, you're supposed to be an empty vessel to me. Yes, your body belongs to your husband, but that's when I release you to your husband. I cannot use your body for my will, for my glory, to honor my name if you're still allowing the devil to have access to you. So that was one way he checked me, right? And then, he let me know marriage is just not about you being able to have legal sex. Of course, it's going to be about your purpose. It's going to be about more desires than y'all just laying up in a bed together and having kids and things like that. So we really do have to work on the spirit of increasing your discipline, increasing your self-control, having the desire to resist your urges. Yes, you can have urges. Yes, you can be tempted, but you do not have to go through and fulfill those temptations, right? Because that is when you are sinning. We know sin leads to death, so we're trying to get away from that. All right, family? But I would literally just pour my heart out to him, and I would say, God, I don't want to fall from your glory. Please heal me from this. I'm really struggling in this area, okay? And so this is the revelation that he wants some of you to know, who is going through this in this season right now, right? He said, you will not be perfect before your spouse comes. The marriages that he's going to be bringing us into, the kingdom marriages that he's going to be bringing us into, they will add to our healing and to our purity. So this is why God will be bringing us together. Sometimes we may think that we have to be perfect. We have to be, because God says, okay, when I come back for the second time, I want to find you without a spot, wrinkle, or blemish, and I want you to be pure. I want you to be, holy. And so we think, this level of sanctification is like, hey God, I need to get this right before you even give me these blessings, before you even give me these gifts. And what he's saying is, no, when I put you in this marriage, it is your spouse, it is the covering that your spouse is going to be for you. Oh my God is so good. You see what I was worried about, in the sense of, oh, I'm lusting. Oh, I want to make love to my husband. Oh, I have these urges. How can I get rid of them? Well, when I'm married, now that is gone. So if that's the only thing you've been struggling with, Britt, your husband just cleared your whole, he just cleared it for you, because you're married now, and now it is legal. Now it is something that God honors, and he wants you to partake in. He wants you to enjoy being sexually intimate and making love to your man, right? And so that's what he means when he puts us in these kingdom marriages. Your husband or your wife, I'm sorry, I usually talk to my queens, because that's just, I feel like my husband gonna be dealing with the kings a lot, right? When he step into his purpose. But hopefully, I believe he should be already living in his purpose, right? But we're just separated right now, so it's okay. Anyway, yeah, so if it's a man, when your wife comes, she will be your covering. So the two of you joining together is going to remove a lot of the sins, right? It's going to it's going to help heal you. It's going to help in your levels of forgiveness, right? And your levels of growth and evolution spiritually. So God is saying that he wants to remind you of the full picture. Think about the full picture. It is going to be the full picture that matters, not right now. It's going to be about who you are when God is finished with you. Who you are when God puts his hand on you don't matter. Like, God putting his hand on you, that means you going into a process. But you want to wait and see who will you be when God gets finished with you, okay? And so sometimes another thing, we think that it's the enemy attacking us all the time and we want to blame the enemy, but no, in reality we need to be accountable and hold ourselves accountable to say, like, hey, maybe God is revealing this to me because it's something in me. He wants to show me what's still living in me, what's still dwelling in me, so he can get it up out of me, right? He's trying to cleanse us. He's trying to free us from things. And so that's why some situations happen and some events happen, and it's like a repetitive cycle, because God is saying, hey, your thoughts keep going here, and I didn't gave you the skills, I didn't gave you the tools how to do this. So can we get back to that, right? Your mind keep going here, your actions keep leading you here. What's going on? That's not of me. So he's being persistent. He's not only going to be persistent in the positive things that we want to hear about, the blessings, the marriages, the love, the wealth, the land, the dream houses. No, he's going to be persistent in checking you and making you sit back and have some self-reflection time, okay? And say, oh, God, I did that? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. You still love me? You still love me in spite of me. You still chose me. How can it be? Y'all ain't ready. That's my girl Tasha, but y'all ain't ready for me to. I'm not gonna go there with y'all. So listen, family. When you notice that something foreign is happening, sometimes it is not just because of you or something that you keep struggling with. A lot of times, because we are already spiritually connected and joined as one in the spiritual realm with our partners or even our soul family, you might be mentally and emotionally experiencing something that your brother or sister is struggling with. And I always say, you're my brother in Christ before you my husband in life. So when I say brother, that could be, your intimate partner too, family. It don't have to be, or even your wife. Like, she's your sister in Christ before she's your wife in life. So if Jesus ain't number one, if he ain't in alignment, okay, let's focus. Jesus is first, right? His business is first. So the brother and sister might be struggling with these things, and so this is your time that God wants you to be casting out the devils and the enemy for them. It's not your time to let stuff fester. You have to go quick, repent, confess, and then be like, hey, if this is targeting me, hey, if this is targeting this person, hey, if this is targeting that person, right? Don't be so self-consumed. Pray for everybody, cover the whole situation, so that God can heal everyone on multiple levels, right? Because like I said, it's not going to only be you struggling with this. It might be something that they're struggling with, okay? And when you go to God, present yourself with the utmost like sincerity. Don't go entitled like, hey, God, if you wanted to free me from this, you would have freed me already. I'm this way because you still. No. Ooh, no. Mm-mm. You have to go with humility, okay, with respect, especially to my father, because I told you already, I don't play about him. Go with humility and with respect, and take your relationship with the Lord very seriously, right? Because that's what he wants. He wants us to be deep enough to say, like, look, this is what's going on, this is the help I need, and I know you the man for the job. So can you help a sister? Can you help a brother out? And he's gonna come through. He's going to come through for you. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. It's going to be right when it's the big picture, when it's the full picture. This is what he wants you to know. I personally absolutely have no desire to be a perfect Christian, okay? And so on this channel, we get real. We speak about the things that you might not always hear, that you might not hear other pastors, or I'm saying other pastors like I'm a pastor, but that you might not hear pastors speak about, that you might not hear the church speak about. But no, we really have to speak about the things, because the enemy wants you to keep what you believe is your shortcoming in secrets, what you believe are your flaws in secret, because that's how he keeps you blinded and bounded to things, right? He wants to keep you confined to these strongholds. But no, you call them those things out, right? You speak to those things and you cast them out, because that is where your freedom is. That is how your freedom lies. Growing up in my black household, my black family, secrets was huge. Secrets was a thing. And from counseling for these past, how long have I been counseling? Over, okay, so 5 years. I've noticed it's not only my household, it's a ton of black households, right? Where there's a ton of trauma, there's a ton of toxicity, there's a ton of dysfunction. And abuse and neglect, and what they tell you is they make you keep it in a secret. Your family wants you to keep it a secret. What happens in this house stays in this house. You better not go and share our business. And no, that is the lie of the devil. That is the enemy. That is Satan trying to get you to not really recognize who you really are, try to keep the fog on you, family. And no, you have to, we don't do that here. Long story short, we don't do that here on this channel. Okay, the keys to the kingdom, we are a royal family where we are full of high levels of integrity. Okay, and we air stuff out because we want each other to grow. We want each other to feel safe, being transparent and vulnerable. And the way to do that is being honest, being loving. We love each other unconditionally because that is what the Lord has called us to do. And so this is a place where we come and we share, do our dirty laundry, this dirty laundry. Let's do the dirty laundry here, okay? Okay, family, if you have a spirit of perfection or needing to always be right all the time, and you just struggle to really to I don't know how to say this in a term, but maybe you just struggle to identify with your authentic self, right? You might find it hard to point out some flaws and some shortcomings that you have, but it's imperative, and I want to reiterate that, like, it's really imperative for your levels of growth. If you want to reach higher levels of evolution, especially spiritually, then you definitely have to take yourself serious, take Jesus serious, take this journey of spiritual walk with Christ seriously as he disciples you and ships you out, get you ready for your apostle call, and go change the world. Go change the world, my son. Go change the world, my daughter. Alrighty, I'm just reading over my notes to make sure I don't have nothing else to tell y'all. But yes, family, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Understand this, I'm not going to be for everybody. I'm not going to be for everybody, but I'm for my people, okay? I'm going to keep it real with y'all always. I'm going to let y'all know the truth. I'm going to let you know the things that's coming against us. I'm going to let you know how to prepare. And I'm going to let you feel this love and this light and this peace of God, okay? Because that's what he's called me to do. And honestly, I do this and I love y'all. I do. When I say I love y'all, I really mean it, because I don't say stuff I don't mean. But I do this for God. I do this work to really please my Father and honor my calling and the purpose that he has called me into. And so I have to say what he says. So that's how we rock it out here at the Kingdom family. Alrighty, I'll leave you with this. It's about the full picture. What our Father really wants you to know. I know that was a handful of a message, and I know that I was talking, a lot. But what he really wants you to know and wants you to remember in this upcoming season, where you are going to be experiencing some type of levels of just lust or urges that are not of him, it's about the full picture. It is about who you will be when God gets done with you, okay? Not who you are or the things you are struggling with during the process that he is taking you through right now. So if you're still drinking, if you're still cursing, if you're still smoking, if you still have anger issues, if you're still impatient, if you're still overspending and mismanaging your money, if you're still not prioritizing your health, if you're still entertaining a counterfeit, if you're still having sex outside of marriage, if you are still having babies outside of wedlock, if you are still not trusting, if you are still not being obedient and living in your purpose, if you are still struggling to be a good judgment of character, and if you are still not forgiving people, this is not your time to beat yourself up, family. This is not the time to beat yourself up. Show yourself some self-compassion, some self-love. You are in the process to the promise. You're in the process to the promise, okay? It is about the full picture. Wait to see who you are going to be when God gets finished with you. And I'm here for you. I'm along for the ride. Yeah, I'm along for the journey. Visit me at infinitelyhealed.com. If you need any healing services or want to join the prayer list, just some one-on-one guidance on this journey, because it gets real, it gets deep. But I'm rooting for you, and God is rooting for you, and we are all in this together, okay? I pray that y'all rooting for me, because your sister still be struggling. I need the help too. All right, Lord, don't forget about me. Be blessed. Don't forget to be a blessing, family. I deeply love y'all, and I pray that y'all reach new heights. Y'all reach new heights this week. Go out and conquer something. Challenge yourself to do something that you have not done, or that you did not imagine yourself to be doing, okay? And remember, it is about the full picture. It will be about the full picture, who you are when God gets finished with you. I love you. Stay tuned for the next video.